it's time for this week's reading, and a bit of a difference today in that I'm going to do a little bit of poetry with it. So how's that work? You'll see. It is for the 24th of the 2nd onwards, and I shall be using these bad boys. Who should say they don't muck around, they get to the heart of the matter, and we'll go and see what falls out, shall we? Without further ado, so I'm going to draw out 3 cards. There's 3 poems. This might take a little while also. And there's little haikus I will do. That's what I tend to generate with. So first up, we go 1. No one's leaping out at me. 2, 3. So this is for what guidance for the week ahead. I hope it all makes sense for you. I always say what this is. Some would say for entertainment value only. This is just a little bit of guidance. So first up, we have schizophrenia. Oh dear. Okay. I have to just think about this. Okay, so our first haiku is as follows. There are 2 sides for every person out there, so do choose wisely. Now this has got a certain doubleness on its own. So when we're talking about there are 2 sides to all of us, yeah, everyone's got their shadow side and their light side, shall we say, and unfortunately the two will always be there. I guess you have to just balance how much of your shadow side is compared to your light side, and obviously we prefer more of the light. That's not to sort of like knock anyone back who may be a little bit too much in the shadow, shall we say, but just bear in mind that when you are people, no one is perfect. Well, actually, I will rephrase that, we're all perfect. Let's just say that there's certain aspects that you might not knock about a person, or yourself for that matter, and we try and work on that issue. So the main crux of the matter is like, you know, just choose wisely who you're going to be with, and don't beat yourself up, or don't beat the other person up who you may have some discrepancy with, shall we say. That's the first one. The second one, I like this, going with the flow. So a bit of a nicer card, this one, so I'll go with this one. Jump in the river. Do not fight those big currents. Rather, let them guide you. So this for me is like about life in general, and sometimes if you're in the flow of something, just go with it. Don't try and fight, don't try and sort of say, oh God, I can't do this. Sometimes things go about you, no matter how hard you try, they will literally just keep on coming anyway. And we all have this in our lives sometimes, so it's better just to go with the flow. Go with it, let it guide you, let that situation or the people or whoever the problem is, actually not problem, the situation is, just follow it and use your natural instincts to go with the direction that the flow is going. And this is the flow of life. Go with that flow and it will all work out to its highest good, provided you do that. you start trying to struggle against the inevitable, what you're going to get broken, and we don't want that. So just go with the flow wherever that may lead you. Finally, we have the outsider. Okay. Okay, so with this one, with this card here, I have bask in uniqueness, for you are one of a kind. Be happy with that. So what does that mean in essence? Well, in a nutshell, for me, that is, some of us, they tread a different path to everybody else, and they can be hard to understand or do things differently for everyone else. And for those persons who are a bit, should we call the outsiders, it can be tough because they get misunderstood. They get kind of like confused when people don't understand why they can't see the way they do, and it's okay to be like that. You know, you have a path, and the thing is, don't compromise that path. You walk your path, and people will either respect you, accept you, or they will not. You know, but what you can't do is try to compromise yourself, because it just won't work. You are who you are. Love yourself for it, and hopefully those around you will love you for that as well. If they can't, you know, you just have to accept that harsh truth sometimes. But yeah, be unique, be an outsider. That's fine, because the outsiders are the ones that actually see things differently, and sometimes that is very much needed. Okay, and there we go. There we have. We have the lovely schizophrenia going with the flow and the outsider, which I kind of think flows quite nicely actually. So go with the flow, just be yourself, people. Don't compromise. And on that note, I wish you all well. Have a lovely week. Until next I type and write. Maybe we'll do the old poetry thing a bit more regular. Thanks very much.